Listen, you know, so I can't start my day without my morning cup of tea, man. If I don't start with a cup of tea, I'm no use to nobody. Run, Tycho. Now, after 48 hours of intensive testing and permutations and scenarios of this product, I'm going to be giving you my review of the iRig Stream. So run, Tycho number 2. Lad, we don't come here for watch you drink tea in a bedroom. Yeah, but it was only a little bit, and if I start talking, it's going to get warm and then cold, and I don't know. I can't be drinking warm tea, I'll call it tea. Welcome to Tech That, where I'm going to be giving you gear reviews of different sorts and different descriptions and different types, all relating to music, all right? But on this occasion, I thought I'd tie this episode in with an update video as to what I'm going to be doing with my channel, and it all kind of ties into the product, the iRig Stream. All right, so before I go any further, I want to give you a disclaimer right away. Now, I'm not suggesting that my pros and cons are universal in any way, shape or form. All I'm basically saying is that if you are in somewhat of a similar position to me in terms of your gear, in terms of your specifications of your gear, then these pros and cons are going to somewhat similarly apply to you. Anyone else who's got powerful gear, it might not even be of no consequence to them. That's my disclaimer. So first of all, let's talk about the absolute pro with this bit of kit. Here it is. It's very small, it's very compact, it's very light, and it's durable. It's a durable bit of kit. The pro to this thing is that it captures pristine quality audio from whatever device you want to go into it. So if you want a full-scale stage rig to go into this, for example, if you go to a concert and you know the engineer of the concert and you're saying to the engineer, brethren, I want you to record what's going on stage. He can hook this up to his desk, and without getting all of the crowd noise and stuff, and the only way you can get the crowd noise is through the microphones on stage, which will kind of create a nice little ambience, but you'll be getting the raw audio that's coming from the PA into here, into your phone or whatever device you're recording this through, if that makes any sense. But primarily on a portable tip, it will be your phone without a shadow of a doubt. That's one instance. The next instance basically is that DJs have been rinsing this thing since lockdown, since the first lockdown of last year. It's proved so popular that this thing sold out everywhere. You couldn't get it for love or money. There's been videos posted up about iRig Stream alternatives. That's how popular this thing is. I'm a year late to the party, but hey, what can I tell you? I'm just going to show you the connections real quick. At the bottom here, you have got 2 RCA sockets right here. At the back here, you've got a DIN socket right here where you can use one of 3 leads in this box here that's included. So this lead basically is the USB-C, I believe, used on most current cell phones, my phone being one of them. But I've not plugged that in because I'm using my lavalier mic to plug in the phone so I can talk to you right about now. The second one is box standard USB cable. And the third one, mini USB, I guess. But those are the 3 cables that comes with it. Wherever you want to connect this to, if you want to connect it to your cell phone, whether you want to connect it to your laptop, whether you want to connect it to your old cell phone that's got the mini USB, it will cater for all of those. Now, the clever thing about this as well, apart from being able to capture audio, is that you can actually monitor your dialogue by plugging a headset in here. So this is the volume control for the headphones, and this is the volume for the mic. So if you've got a headset that you normally use for your cell phone, you can literally plug that in, put these bad boys on, and you can literally monitor yourself on top of the audio that's basically coming in. It kind of works like like those mini amplifiers that you have in vocal booths. It kind of works on the same principle. That's the clever thing with that as well. With this being connected to either a camera or a laptop is going to enable either the laptop to capture this footage or the phone to capture this footage, but still retain the audio quality of the audio source that's going into this, plus your monitoring in the headphones and your microphone as well. It's like a Swiss Army knife of sorts, where each tool is being used at the same time. You have this big button here that lights up blue, green, and red. So whatever audio source is going into there, right? If it's silent, it will be on blue. So it kind of works like a VU meter. So blue is the actual minimum silence, basically. Green, a signal going into it, and red is where it's clipping. When you have an audio source going through there, you can literally just basically turn it and tailor it. And once it's basically kept on green, that's the optimum level that you need to basically have it at. And it's literally as simple as that. This thing does what it says on the tin in terms of bringing the audio in and getting the audio out and on your captured piece of footage, whether it be screen recording or your cell phone. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where the pros stop. Now, the cons for me are relatable to me. I'm not suggesting for a second that these cons are universal, like I stated in my disclaimer. But like I said before, if you have a similar situation to myself, these cons are going to apply to you. In relation to streaming, it does have its uses, but the cons for me personally is simply this. Now, my computer is an i7 processor laptop with 8 gigs of RAM, which for me, in comparison to my Windows 2000 i2 laptop with 2 gigs of RAM that I recorded 17 albums on, is a pretty markable upgrade. I think you'll agree. But the problem was that utilizing streaming software like OBS or Streamlabs OBS being two of the main ones, and even a couple of browser-based ones as well, didn't prove fruitful for me, simply because it was simply stuttering. It was stuttering, and my download speed and my upload speeds are pretty good. But what I do is simply just press Control Alt Delete and get my performance and my CPU activity on screen, so I can see exactly what's using what and what I can get rid of. Music production being my field, and me working with Cubase, when I hooked up Cubase as well as my streaming software, as well as this and everything else, it wasn't working properly. It just kept stuttering. That was one of the practical problems I basically had with it. Another one pertaining to this itself was when I plugged it into the USB socket of my laptop, I was just getting a all right, I'll stop. I was getting that kind of noise, right? I put it in the USB splitter and I thought, well, let me swap a couple of things around and actually connect this directly within the USB port in my laptop. And I was still getting that same noise. So that wasn't working. And I thought, well, maybe if I start streaming, that noise wouldn't happen. But when you couple that situation with the stuttering situation, it just doesn't serve no purpose at all, right? I tried some unlisted private streams. In fact, I tried one stream without this, and my good friend Empress Erica, who's one of my subscribers and viewers, basically helped me with that and said to me how the quality of my stream was without this, and it worked pretty good without this. But the sound quality was compromised, and I noticed that within the stream itself, I was starting to get some thumbs down, and understandably so, because it's like, you know, when you're doing streams, having a not too great picture is one thing, but having a not too great audio source is a no-no. The visuals can be a bit subpar, but if you got good audio to match, people will bear that, rather than you have crisp visuals and crappy sound. It is what it is, right? So trying all of that, it didn't work. So I'm thinking, okay, how do I make this thing work? I decided to plug this into my phone. And lo and behold, as soon as I plug this into my phone, you could hear a pin drop. Put these in, clear as day, and that's without any audio source going into it. So when I plug the audio source into this by way of my sound card, going into here and turning Cubase on and playing it, crisp, absolutely crisp. But there was a problem again, because the camera, the onboard camera of my cell phone, although I can hear what's going in, the camera's not recording what's going in. And I looked at all the settings and it just was not working. So I was frustrated again. But then I looked up YouTube, the holy grail that is YouTube, and I found a solution to that. Now, it comes in the form of an app called Open Camera. And if you basically download it, it's absolutely free. You download it, put it in your phone, and you go in the settings and you put the settings to record external audio. Then what that does, it enables this to feed through your camera feed, basically. And what you have recorded on your camera, you will have the audio source recorded onto that footage as well. Eureka and hallelujah. That was a good thing for me. But I didn't stop there. I thought to myself, well, how about if I use my camera as a webcam and try and do the stream that way? Which I did. I downloaded a program called, I think it's iRig Webcam, where you can enable your phone to be a webcam and have it wirelessly communicating with your laptop over Wi-Fi, which I did. And it just made the problem 10 times worse because it's not a solid connection. It's not a wired connection, as opposed to my other webcam, the Zoom Q2N, which is a wired thing, and it's basically wired and it's just there and it does what it basically does. With all the permutations that I tried, the stream wasn't basically coming out good at all. Other than that, that's the only con I have for this thing. And it's based upon my setup. It's based upon the specifications of my setup, all right? But for someone who's got a Pentium i7 or i9 with like a terabyte of memory, it's gonna be a walk in the park for you. And I get that. But for me, you know, I'm not on those levels in terms of those high-end and high-spec computers. You know, I would like a gaming computer that will handle all of that. But you know what? It's not necessary for me because it's all about the music and being able to make the music, all right? So that's pretty much the con of this thing. So in recap, the iRig Stream is a perfect tool for DJs. There's no two ways about it. You're on your phone, you're putting these things through your phone, you're also putting these things through your rig, and you're playing that. It's no wonder the things sell off, because it's proven to be a very handy tool indeed. And not only that, I can imagine when the clubs start opening, they're going to be using these things to record their set and be able to sell their set. Yeah, that would be great. The only other thing is though, you got to watch out for certain pirates right about now, because as much as they can record their set, they can record concerts as well. So be very, very, very careful about that, and make sure that if anyone is doing a concert or a PA, just make sure that a certain engineer don't have one of these things plugged in. All right? Or a pirate. Yeah, it's a great tool for DJs, and it is a great tool for content creators as well. The only thing is that it's kind of limited my way of using it, which leads me on to the next point, which is the channel update. I know that I've been advertising that I'm going to be doing a web series live stream, in fact, of Weekend Producer. But I've decided, obviously, that I'm not going to be live streaming. However, I will be providing the same content and the same level of content, but it will only be pre-recorded and it will be scheduled. So you'll be pleased to know that I'm going to be featuring the series Weekend Producer on a pre-recorded basis, but scheduled to be programmed every Sunday at 8 o'clock p.m. GMT. But yeah, 8 o'clock GMT every Sunday, Lloyd Brown Music, Weekend Producer, where I will be giving pre-recorded content of what I would have been doing on a stream and hopefully keep the Lloyd Brown Music vibe up, you know what I'm saying? So is with that, I hope you full enjoyed the video. If you have any questions in relation to this and even any suggestions for what you want to see on Weekend Producer, because it's going to be music production based like it's been advertised. I'm going to be giving you recording techniques, gear reviews as well. And also something I'm very, very excited about, I'm going to be doing some local and remote collaborations, musical collaborations. I've been in touch with a few people and they're interested in doing that. So I'll be basically providing that content as well. The only difference is it will just be pre-recorded. It won't be streamed because I can't drop my quality by having drop frames in my things. I just can't have it. You know what I mean? It's a no-go. Anyway, is with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. And as always, you done know the crew, people, please abstain from foolishness. And until I link you up on the next exciting installment of Lloyd Brown Music, stay blessed. I'm out of here. Maganski. Laters. Abstain from foolishness.